Coming up on this week's Jaguar Week in Review, we talk to the BBE Trap team about the benefits that shooting trap can offer. And in this week's Focus Point, we look at the college application process for students here at BBE. That and more coming up. The Jaguar Week in Review starts now. And welcome to the Jaguar Week in Review for this week. I'm Cody Bertram, and thanks for tuning in. We begin this week with news. Are you interested in fashion and making decisions on our school's Jaguar clothing? Would you like to earn some extra cash and high school credit? If so, you are in luck. BBE is currently looking for a student interested in becoming a Jaguar clothing store manager. This position requires someone who is motivated, creative, and organized. The job tasks will include creating, developing, and maintaining both the online store and the physical school store. This job will require 70+ hours of time and a year-long commitment from April to April. If you are interested in the position, contact Mrs. McDonald to fill out an application. The deadline for applications is March 23rd, 2018. Attention parents of seniors. A letter to your graduate for the yearbook is an excellent way to personalize the yearbook for your child. A letter is generally a few sentences long with some memorable, meaningful pictures. If you are interested in marking this occasion in the yearbook, contact yearbook@bbejaguars.org with questions. The MSHSL Individual Wrestling Tournament is today, Friday, March 2nd. This year, 6 BBE wrestlers are headed to state. Blaine Fisher, Cannon Swanson, Tyler Jensen, Tyler Benz, Adam Yeager, and Isaiah Gilbert. This state tournament will take place at the XL Energy Center, and Class A wrestling will begin at 1 p.m. If you are interested in updates on the tournament, head to trackwrestling.com and look for the dashboard to see real-time action of matches or to check the brackets for each weight class. We hope you go and support the team, and we wish the wrestlers wrestling the best. There's open gym every Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. at the BBE High School and Sunday from 1 to 3 p.m. at the elementary. The cost is $1 and everyone is welcome. And finally, parent-student conferences will take place this Monday, March 5th, at both the elementary and the high school. Conferences will run from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. Now let's move into this week's check-in. This week, reporter Robert Wold went to talk to the BBE Trap team about their thoughts on their upcoming season.
With trap right around the corner, most kids are looking to hone their skills by shooting clay targets. The trap team has been a part of BBE for 3 years. I sat down with the instructor of the team, Gary Rogers, to find out what benefits this Minnesota State High School League sport has to offer.
As far as the kids that we have here, trap is a lifelong sport. You'll look at, it's an Olympic sport. In the state, when you get to be an adult, you can still shoot trap. There's leagues all over.
I also asked him about some of the safety requirements needed in order to be a member of the trap team.
Trap in this state, you have to have a firearm safety license or certificate, and no one can shoot without it.
We will also be doing a follow-up on the BBE trap team in April when they compete.
If you are interested in joining trap, contact Gary Rogers as soon as possible. With college becoming an important step in students' education, it is important that they are prepared to take the first step in this journey. This week, Dylan Meyer went to explore this first step, the college application process.
College application season is right around the corner, which means it's time for juniors to start applying for colleges and for seniors to make a big decision. The application process can be daunting, but students often get plenty of support from the school and their families. To actually apply for a college, there will be a lot of paperwork to fill out. You will also need to write an essay or even make a video as a means of applying. You can also build a personal portfolio to increase your chances of acceptance. After all of this is complete, you can just wait on that acceptance letter. To get an idea of how all this feels to someone who is new to the college scene, we spoke with juniors Matthew Coleman and Abraham Peter. First, we asked them what they look for when deciding on a college.
I haven't really decided on what school I want to go to yet, but some of the things that are helping me decide are like the atmosphere of the school, like the reputation, how far it is from home, like the location, what I can do when I'm at school besides just school, the cost.
One college I've been looking at is Augsburg in the cities. It's a college I've been looking at because it has a good business program and because it's in the cities and it's a new experience for me and it's far enough away from my parents where I don't have to worry about them, barging on me and stuff like that. So
We then ask them what they are doing to try to make themselves seem more appealing to colleges.
I'm feeling pretty good about getting accepted to whichever school I do end up choosing, or most schools in the area. One of the things I'm doing to try and make myself more presentable to a college is keeping my grades good and keeping good attendance at school.
Ways I make myself appealing to college is by working hard in the community, being involved in the community, being in clubs in school like NHS and student council, and working hard on my grades.
We asked Mrs. Anderson what role the school plays in helping students get into colleges.
The school has gone as far when students and families have been struggling with things such as the FAFSA or just what direction to go into. We have meetings with them. So I would say, it kind of varies by student as to how much the school plays in those roles.
She then talked about ways that students could get extra help applying for colleges.
For seniors, we now do small group meetings with each senior, which is kind of nice because we kind of pair students with other students who have similar college or post-secondary or workforce plans, and we talk about some of those steps in applying for college.
Join us next week where we'll be showing our appreciation to our local fire department.
And if you would like any more information about applying for college, feel free to contact Mrs. Anderson. As the beginning of March has now arrived, it means that both boys and girls high school basketball playoffs have kicked off. This week, sports reporter Riley Lenars sat down with players from the boys team to talk about how they are feeling heading into the start of this year's playoffs.
The boys basketball team is all geared up and ready to go as the end of the year is upon them. I sat down with seniors Jaden Miller and Parker Schwinghammer to talk about the year that they have had thus far. Jaden, Parker, and the rest of the Jaguars have been playing hard thus far this season.
Well, we're 10-15 this year, and our record, it's not the best record, but it's also not the worst. We play a really tough schedule with a lot of top 30 Class 2A teams, and we've been in a lot of those games, so feel that come crunch time here in playoffs, we'll be able to capitalize on some wins.
As the Jaguars move on to playoffs, they will have to face some fierce competition in Section 5A.
Hinkley Finlayson, they're ranked number 1 in our section, and they're also ranked 3rd in state, so they're definitely a team that we'll have to beat if we get that far, but we won't run into them until the subsection finals.
This year's Jaguar squad looks to have a very fast-paced game.
Well, we're really quick this year, so we kind of do a lot of pressuring on the ball and full court press, so kind of rattles some teams.
The Jaguars team this year has competed throughout the years very well together and look to continue their success in this year's playoffs.
And then we have an experienced group of guys, so 8 seniors this year, and then Evan Weiner, who plays a lot of minutes. We've always played together a lot, so there's that team chemistry is really there.
With the playoffs coming up fast, the Jaguars are already in preparation mode.
We try to watch as much film on our opponents as we can, or hopefully future opponents that we might have. And we just, once it gets down to it, we got to grind it out, practice really hard.
Parker is one of this year's 8 seniors and has a very big role in leading this team.
It's not really stressful to me. It's just kind of a role I've taken up in stride, I guess. And just once it gets to crunch time, you got to make sure you get the team going and focused in.
Parker and the Jaguars are working out the kinks as they come in on the end of the regular season.
We tend to fall into other teams' games, so we really just got to get focused in and do our thing and get out.
The boys will begin their playoffs in the coming weeks, but before that, they close out the regular season tonight away in Holdingford. The girls' basketball team started their playoff run against the KMS Saints, and here is the score from that game.
The boys' basketball game will begin tonight at 7:15. We hope to catch you there. And that is all we have for this week's episode. If you would like to catch our future episodes, be sure to subscribe to us at BBE Broadcasting on YouTube, iTunes, and the Google Play Store. From all of us here at BBE Broadcasting, have a great weekend.